Hello and all, it's a review of My Hero Academia, Chapter 281, plus Ultra. And this was probably one of the most interesting chapters in the entire series, because it finally put into words something that's been bothering me for so very, very long. The problem with this world, the problem with their society, is the fact that people are helpless. And it's not just, oh, people are awful, people are mean, they don't want to help people, they don't want to get involved, they don't want to deal with that. No, it's the fact that they have literally been brainwashed by the government to be helpless, to not get involved. And it's amazing, and it's terrifying, and I have so many thoughts about it. I mean, let's not forget, this is a world where 89% of the population, they all have superpowers. We never see them use them. We don't see people flying to work. We don't see people running at the speed of light to catch the bus. We never see any of that because they have been trained, they have been raised to know that they are not allowed to use their superpowers, that they can't do it. And the way that this was allowed, the way this was justified, was the creation of the heroes. Oh, look at these mighty gods on the pedestals. They are the only ones worthy of being heroes. They are Supermen. They will save you. They will deal with all the problems of society, so you don't have to worry about it. So you don't have to lift a finger. So therefore, you have no reason to use your superpowers because they can only be used by people who are trying to save the world, or people trying to fix the world. And this probably wasn't done with malice or evil thought or anything like that. It was done because without it, in a world where everyone can just go around using their superpowers, go around flying and whatnot, it'd be chaos, it'd be anarchy, it'd be insanity. And so the hero system was created, and the people eventually end up putting their absolute faith in the heroes. Obviously, it's the hero's job to do this. I shouldn't get involved. I shouldn't intervene. And anyone who thinks differently is harshly punished. I mean, let's not forget the fight against Stain. Deku and Todoroki were almost arrested. Their mentors were almost arrested because they stopped a serial killer by themselves by using their superpowers. I mean, think about it. They stopped a serial killer and they were almost arrested for doing this, for using their superpowers against a serial killer. Yeah, there's something wrong with that. I mean, the police chief even emphasized the whole thing of, oh, we're just going to swipe this under the rug for the sake of you boys, for the sake of your future, but I think it was more than that. I think it was swept under the rug because I think it got out that these children stopped a serial killer that none of the professional heroes could take down by themselves and were punished for it. It would cause people to start questioning society, start questioning why this rule exists and if it really should be there. So they just said, oh, for the sake of you boys, we're just going to pretend this never happened. It's going to be okay. And that's not the only time in this series we've seen people punished for using their quirks. Gentle, he was punished for using his quirk to save a man from falling. His entire life was destroyed because of it. Koyuchi from the spin-off series, first chapter, he gets a ticket for using his quirk to go to class a little faster. He's moving basically the same speed as a bicycle, and he gets a ticket for using his quirk, because apparently it's a danger to pedestrians. No one is allowed to use their quirk, and so we have a society where people are trained not to help, not to interfere, because that's the hero's jobs. It's the job of those who have the power to do so. And this whole thing just really makes me start rooting for the Liberation Army, the Meta Liberation Paradigm, whatever the heck they end up calling their name to. Their whole idea about we should be free to use our quirks. I mean, when I first saw them, I'm like, yeah, you probably should. I mean, what right does the government have to tell you that you can't do it unless you become a hero? I mean, also, just think back to Uraraka. She wanted to use her quirk to help her parents at the job site, but she couldn't do that because you need a hero license to use your quirk in any aspect. There's no commercial hero license you can use just to make your life easier, to make your job easier, or anything like that. It's either hero license or you can't use your quirk. That's it. And again, I think this is all just to continue the mindset of helplessness in the people. If they start allowing other people to use their quirks for business, for work, for whatever, people would see that and they'd start asking for more. They'd start demanding more. They'd start thinking, well, why can't I use my quirk to get to work faster? That kid fell down a well. Why can't I use my quirk to go rescue him? Why do I need to call up a hero to do it for me? It started a very slippery slope, and it would eventually lead to all quirks being legalized, which the government is absolutely terrified of happening. So yeah, Japan created the heroes and marketed the heroes to make the people feel like they can put all their trust in the heroes. The only heroes are allowed to use their quirks, so that they wouldn't try using their quirks. And as a result, they've all become utterly helpless and completely ignorant of the needs of others and refusing to help them because they think that heroes will do the work for them because that's the hero's job. Whew, that was a long rant. But yeah, so I can finally put into words what's really wrong with hero society. I like that. And that's everything that Shigaraki is trying to tear down, everything he's trying to stop. And oh my lord, I absolutely freaking love this shot of him. I don't care if you don't understand. That's what makes us heroes and villains. He is right about that, you know? The whole point of a good villain isn't that they're evil, isn't that they think, I am evil, I will kill everyone. It's that they view the world differently. They have a different mindset, and they think they can change the world, make it a better place by doing things that heroes don't do, that heroes refuse to do. I do just love how he looks here. He's really coming in this whole villain outfit persona thing. It's just utterly, utterly terrifying. I love it. Anyway, then Gran Torino loses his leg, and it's kind of revealed that he's Shigaraki's grandfather. Kinda. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, it's not outright said, but, you know, this pose he has as he's holding her close to him, it doesn't look like friends. It looks very romantic, and he even has his thought to himself, the decision we made, was it right? We made. That means that he had some role in making that decision. If this was just his friend's kid, he wouldn't, you know, have anything to do with it. But if it was his own child, his own son that he had to send away, that would make a lot of sense. So yeah, Shigaraki just crushed his grandfather. Wow, that's weird. That is really, really weird. I mean, it does make sense. It's just not something that's ever been brought up before this point. Does All Might know that it's Gran Torino's grandson that he's been fighting against all this time? I mean, he definitely seemed colder to him than All Might did. You know, All Might's like, he's the grandson of my teacher. I need to save him. I need to help him. I need to protect him. And Gran Torino's like, no, he's a villain. He has no good in him. You need to just put him down here and now. Very, very curious about all of that. Also, the fact that if Gran Torino, you know, hadn't thrown his son away, more or less, sent him to live with someone else, then they wouldn't be fighting a godlike villain right now who has the potential to destroy all of Japan. Just saying. Anyway, then Shigaraki's still going crazy in this fight. More than a match against Endeavor right now, because it seems like he's running out of firepower. He's overheating, essentially. Anyway, then thanks to the combined efforts of Ryuko and Deku's Black Whips, they're able to bind Shigaraki fairly tightly. I mean, Deku still gets a pretty hard blow to the stomach, you know, with the force of All Might, so that's definitely gotta crack a few ribs, puncture a few organs. But he managed to survive it, and still managed to hold him down, so yeah, it looks like Endeavor's gonna go in for the final hit. It's gonna be a big victory for everyone, and that's gonna be the end of Shigaraki. What's he taking out of his pockets? A capsule. A quirk-killing bullet. Oh, that's bad. That is very, very bad. Especially since he has both Endeavor and Eraserhead in his sight right now. Yeah, this is very, very bad. Very, very bad. I mean, you could argue, well, he doesn't have a gun, so he can't do anything with it. He has the strength of All Might. I mean, Deku just flicking his finger with 10% of All Might's power is enough to kill a normal person. I'm pretty sure if he just flicks his finger now, he can have it fly through the air and strike Aizawa and cancel out his quirk-killing abilities, which means that Shigaraki would get all his quirks back, including his regeneration, and then he would basically murder everyone else. Yeah, that's bad. Also interesting, he has 2 bullets. I mean, Deku is right behind him. Could he use one of those on Deku? I don't think so, simply because of the fact that he wants one for all. He wants Deku's quirks. I don't think he would cancel out his ability. I don't think he would want to strip it from him. But Endeavor, on the other hand, oh, that I could definitely see happening. Endeavor losing his quirk would be absolutely freaking amazing. I mean, this man who's gone through so much, who's pushed himself again and again past his limits, who's gone plus ultra so many times, for the sake of becoming number one, for the sake of becoming strong, to lose his quirk would be absolutely freaking amazing. I don't think Shigaraki would kill him, though, because I feel like, you know, he's already made a deal with Dabi that Dabi gets to take out Endeavor. That's something, I mean, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the relationship is between Dabi and Endeavor, I'm still saying it's his son. It's clear that he has a personal grudge, personal vendetta against him. He's going to want to be the one that takes him out, the one that kills him. And, you know, Shigaraki is good to his people, so I don't think he's going to take that from him. Oh, yeah, so crazy, crazy chapter. Finally showed the problem with society, you know, the helplessness of the people, in a way that's, it finally just let me put it into words and realize what the true issue is with the society as a whole. The helplessness of the people, and how heroes are put on too high a pedestal. But yeah, let me think all this down below. Let me think about Shigaraki's little rants. I've definitely seen a lot of people complain about why no one, looked after him, why even if the society was helpless, they still should have, looked after a child or called the police. Some people are even saying the whole memories he has are fake, which certainly wouldn't be impossible. I wouldn't put it past all for one manipulating him like that, but this society definitely has problems, real issues that need to be addressed before the series comes to an end. So maybe it wasn't fake, maybe it really was what happened. I'm not sure. Let me think all this down below. Be sure to like, subscribe to the next video. And until then,
peace.